Bloody hell. I brought this out here because there's floods on the east coast of New South, New South Wales, and the crickets have been going nuts out here. And I was brought this out so you could hear the sound of like thousands of crickets. It's the most beautiful sound. And the minute I turn this bloody thing on, they shut up. What's going on? Bloody hell. Anyway, so that's fucked everything up. I was going to quote from Ronnie Wood's autobiography, and I can't find the page. Everything's turned to shit. Um, I've been watching these videos where um, people, the Brum Seller, has anyone seen that one? What a fucking, um, those one car boot sale people. What a freak show, you know. This is just, I'm sort of having a rant. That's what I was going to talk about. Of course, all music comes from, birds. Australia has got the loudest birds in the world. This morning there's literally hundreds upon hundreds of galahs flew over, and the noise. It's the one thing I noticed when I was in Europe 40 years ago. There's no bird noise. There's no big skies. Man, see, I love Australia because it's got no culture, and I think that's the best thing. Oh, hang on, red, red wine, UB40. That's reggae. So's 10cc. I don't like cricket. I love it. Yeah, so bloody Ronnie Wood. I love his contribution to the Jeff Beck group. But oh, what can I say? It only cost $2, But by God, I've been ripped off. I wish I'd. This is what's called passive aggressiveness. Um, People that bloody narcissists that get on here and just. I'll do a. What's his name? Derek Von Higgins. Like I'll pretend I'm friendly to start with, and then within 5 seconds, it's how much. Fuck's sake. 3 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm pissed off. The crickets were going nuts, and the minute I come out here, so when I was listening to those crickets, I was thinking of Pussyfooting, Robert Fripp and Brian Eno, the Heavenly Music Corporation, Frippatronics. It's older than the blues. Anyway, okay, everything's fucked up, so what I'm planning to do is I'm going to get as many copies of The Planets by Gustav Holst as I can and work through them before I die. The one that I had as a teenager and I was obsessed with, was even better than the first 3 Led Zeppelin albums, it was even better than the first 3 Van der Graaf Generator albums, even better than the first 3 King Crimson albums. And I was obsessed with the planets. My God, and I had the Von Karajan version on Deutsche Grammophon. And it's the thing is, when you hear classical music, especially when you're young, the first time it impresses you, it's a bit like you measure any other version afterwards, or against that. So, and then you look up the reviews 40, 50 years later, and then people put down the one that you liked, and you go, is there something wrong with me? Is there something wrong with them? Fuck, I don't know. But so I'm on a mission. Um, I'm so broke that I can't afford to buy anything too expensive. So I've just ordered South Pacific CD coming up from South Australia. It only costs $5. Yeah, it's on CD, but it was put out in the early 90s, and it's the 1949 original cast, Broadway cast. And it's on the back blurb, it's all going about, it's mono, you might not like it. Okay, I can dig it. So I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that that's going to be a good one. It's only $5, but it's got a song on it called Bali High, and Bali's not in the South Pacific. It's in the fucking Indian Ocean, for fuck's sake. But it's just the most gorgeous song. It's one of those songs that, like the planets, oh my God. Those bloody crickets are really pissing me off. Red, red wine. The long and winding road. Yeah. So I'm going to try and get all the. I was brought up on musicals. My dad loved music, and of course albums were so expensive in the 1950s, and only middle class people could afford to buy them, and we were sort of lower middle class at that stage, and so Dad got all the great Hollywood musicals, and that's what turned me on the music in the first place. Um, Carousel, Calamity Jane, um, Oklahoma, um, The King and I. Probably forgotten a couple. The one I just ordered, South Pacific. There's so many great melodies locked away on those albums. And you used to be able to get them for peanuts. For years and years, you get mint minus copies. And I had them, and I got rid of them, and then now I wish I'd kept them. Anyway. Bali High. Yeah, so I don't know what you young people listen to as formative music. I hope to Christ it wasn't shit like Led Zeppelin and Black Sabbath and what's that other cunt? Black Flag, that. God, I hate that bastard. Doesn't smoke, doesn't drink, Got no, whatever. Anyway, 8 minutes and 57 seconds, 9 seconds to go. That's signed by Ronnie. Look, I'll show you one of his pictures. He's such a great artist. I was trying to find a bit in here where him and Keith Richards were hanging out somewhere in LA. They were renting someplace, and then Keith said to Ronnie, "Did you fart?" And then Ronnie said, "No." And then he said back to Keith and said, "Did you fart?" And he said, "No." And when they turned around, there was a mountain, a landslide of shit coming down the hill, and someone's toilet, system had burst. And that's the only good bit in the book. Here's a paragraph just out of the blue. At the time, Tony Curtis, you young people wouldn't know who he was. He was a movie star. Met Cary Grant, you wouldn't know who he is either. He was a movie star. He was so popular, groupies used to yell, Cary Grant is Jesus Christ. He, Tony Curtis, and I would spend deliciously succulent evenings together. Now, what the fuck does that mean? Everyone knows Tony Curtis was a bit this way and a bit that. Ronnie being a good family man, he's got about 18 fucking kids. Christ knows. Mick Jagger's got 119 fucking relatives. These are bloody jippos, these cunts, the Australians. I fucking hate them. Oh, I don't hate them, but so what does that mean? 11 minutes and 1 second. Does that mean that they oh, I don't want to go there. I'll tell you now. Yeah, this is you can see where that shit book that Keith Richards did not write, Keith Richards' autobiography. He wrote none of it. It's all made up from bits and pieces, and a lot of it. This was written in 2007. Keith Richards was 2010, and there's whole sections of this in Ronnie's book. I think he actually wrote this because it's pretty badly written. Appear in Keith's book. What a bunch of cunts, you know. 11:43. All right. That's so disappointing. All I want to do is come out here and let you all hear the sound of crickets. It's the most one. It's just so relaxing. Ah. So anyway. Oh, by the way, I'm usually quite happy to get anywhere from 20 to 30 views, but when Gary Brooker died, I'm getting almost 1,000 views on that one. And Mark Lanigan, who is a great singer, and I love the Screaming Trees. I loved all of his solo work. And I've got, I think, I've had something like over 7,000 views on that one. Don't you hate people won't look you in the eye? Now I'm looking you in the eye, you cunt. You know, when they don't look you in the eye, where are they hiding? I'm hiding nothing, I'm telling you now. Okay, that'll do. Yeah, so 13, fuck off, it's 13 minutes and 6 seconds. Yeah, I got like 7,000 views on, and it was just an ad hoc thing. Mark Lanigan died and Gary Brooker died. I did one on Gary Brooker, and I thought, well, he's old, and it was expected. But then suddenly the next news flash came in. Mark Lanigan dies, and I was actually freaked out. I made a quick video, just literally 5 minutes after hearing the news, without knowing what happened or anything, and posted it and thought, well, you know, I might get one view. It's over 7,000 views. Anyway, toodaloo's now. See you, mate.